Hi, Father Marshall Shelley here with the weekly Rector's Update vlog. I wanted to point to a couple things that are happening here in the life of Christ at St. Peter's, as well as to hopefully invite you into some reflection and ruminations on the life of Christ that we share here, that it might bear fruit in the days to come for you. So some of the things that are happening around here at St. Peter's, we are moving into the end of October and the beginning, what we hope will be a brief Indian summer, giving us some warm temperatures and some fair and temperate weather. We need that because next week we are getting ready for our first tent sale. We are setting up a big tent in the parking lot for next weekend, and we're going to be having a huge Christmas sale getting ready for the holidays. So please do mark your calendars, join us for that. Setup is on October 21st. We're going to need some help around 4 o'clock until we're done in terms of carrying things out from our parish hall, getting them set up in the tent, and of course also running meals for our soup kitchen, which is served at 5:30 to 6:30 on Wednesdays. So there's a lot going on there. We need your warm bodies and your hands to give us assist with that. So please do consider and mark your schedule for that. We also need some warm bodies to help us out with the sale. It'll be from 10 to 2, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You'll be able to shop as well as on Thursday evening from 6 to 8 here on the grounds, both in the thrift shop and also in the tent. So if you can help us out either with some volunteer hours or help us out by shopping, we appreciate both. Finally, we are getting ready to move into our November worship time. That means getting ready for All Saints Sunday. And below me in the e-news or on our website, you'll see ways that you can participate in that. We have a tradition here at St. Peter's to have flowers collected in terms of donations from you with your names commemorated in memorial that you would wish for people to be remembered on All Saints Sunday, and then to take those flower arrangements and break them apart and go visit the graves in our churchyard and give thanks for those generations who have gone before us who now rest in Christ. So make plans to be with us on November 1st when we gather for worship, and we're going to do that actually outside in front of the church in what we hope will be an effective rehearsal for Christmas Eve services, and there's more to come on that. We also have taped 3 weeks of Sunday school. Our virtual Sunday school is humming along. We offer for our younger members in October lessons from the book of Genesis, the creation itself, Cain and Abel, Noah's flood, the ark and the rainbow, and then finally we're going to end up next week with Jonah and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Not technically the musical, we're just telling the story, but tune in for that. I want to give thanks for our teachers and our supporters in that regard. We really appreciate your support and your prayers as we engage in that. We hope to have the big questions in November. That'll be for older youth, and then we're even considering an adult formation virtual Sunday school come January. So we'll keep you posted on that as well. Plans are in process for our Advent and Christmastide observations and celebrations, and you'll hear more about that as well from our vestry and worship leadership. All of that gets me to the word of the day. The word of the day for us is abundance. Now, oftentimes my congregation hears me talk about abundance, and really that's the focus on a kind of theology that takes us away from the idea of scarcity. In other words, we're thinking about an abundance of blessings or an abundance of resources or an abundance of opportunity or time or ways in which we can serve, or even an abundance of people to whom we can offer our service. But the abundance word that I keep hearing in context used over and over again in the midst of this pandemic centers around into things like an abundance of caution or an abundance of concern, the magnitude with which we engage in an activity that seeks to protect people from harm, to protect us from harm, or to protect us from contagion or risk of contagion. That abundance of caution was used recently when my wife and I were exposed to the coronavirus and had to face tests. Both of us felt fine, both of us were negative, but we just, out of an abundance of caution, made a decision to suspend in-person worship and then to have virtual worship until we knew for sure that we were negative in our test. So that word abundance is just sticking with me lately. And I urge you to reflect upon it, because we're also in the midst of our stewardship campaign, and abundance is the name of the whole essence of why we do what we do here at St. Peter's in our mission, in our walk with Christ and with each other. We seek to give from an abundance of our awareness of the time, the talent, the resources with which we have been entrusted by God, and to return a small portion of those blessings we have been showered with to God out of an abundance of a sense of generosity, a sense of being able to give from what we have been given, and we've been given so much. So abundance is that word for the day. How do we express the magnitude, the intensity, the immensity of grace that is showered upon us by God, even in the midst of a time when we must exercise as well an abundance of caution and concern? So may we also be able in this time, as we move closer to general election, as we move through times of conflict, also create an abundance of reconciliation. There are so many opportunities to exercise that word. May it become one of those words that you use a lot in the days to come, both in a point of concern and also care, but also with respect and with grace and with generosity. I bid you grace and peace this week. May it be a lovely weekend for you. Please do join us for worship on Sunday. It's going to be a glorious day. Look forward to seeing you then. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.